Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a scrapbook layout for Kitaholic Kits and I'm using the August 2022 kit for my layout today. And I really wanted to feature the beautiful blue toned pattern paper that we got in the kit this month. So that gorgeous Vicky Booten Sweet Rush with those beautiful navy florals, that darker blue, navy blue pattern paper as well. And I'm also using as a frame for the photo the Heidi Swap graduated sort of, I guess it's not a rainbow. I feel like it's sort of a sandy desert type sort of patterned paper. So I'm just cutting some pieces down because I'm also going to do some manual die cutting. So I don't get out my Cuttlebug very often, but I wanted to create this layout with some dimensional flowers across the page. And I thought the perfect way to do that was to grab out my manual dies. I am terrible at drawing. If you don't have a manual die cutting machine or you don't have a silhouette machine, you could also do a cut file. You could create these sort of layered flowers by hand. I'm no good at that, so I aimed for the manual die cutting. So I've cut out to create some multi-layered flowers, and I've also cut out some leaves as well that I'm going to sit amongst all these flowers. Now you'll see there that the leaves I've cut out in that aqua sort of greeny colour, but I've also cut out a few of just in that corally tone and a little bit of the yellow, and that's mainly because of the pattern paper choice that I've done here for my border. Because it has those different tones, I thought it would be a good way just to make sure that that there's a cohesiveness between the frame and the die cutouts. So hence why I've used not just, I thought at first I would probably just use the aqua colour, and then I realised no, I needed some more colour in those as well. So really bold flowers and then a little bit more pastel-y, softish colours for the leaves. I've gone really simple as well. I'm not doing a lot of mixed media on this one. So I cut down my white cardstock there. I've left quite a wide border on this one because I really loved that pattern paper and I wanted it to also be sort of sing a little bit on the page. And all I've done here is just added some gold splatters onto the background just to give a little bit of interest on the page. So nothing major, no major inking work or watercolor work here, and there is no gesso on my cardstock either. So really simple. I love just having splatters on a page, so I think it's just a nice subtle way to have some mixed media, even if you're not very experienced at doing mixed media. So with the the hearts that I've cut out, I am giving them a bit of distressing there with my distress tool, and I'm also inking around the edges as well because I want them to be able to pop off the page, and I'm also folding them up a little bit so they're going to have some dimension as well once they're sitting on the page. Now for my flowers, I'm just pulling these together, just adding the layers, and then the little I've pulled out from my stash, which was all within a previous kit as well, the Jen Hadfield hearts, the puffy hearts. I love those hearts. I've got still some left, so I love to be able to incorporate those in my layouts. And I thought that was a really nice way to add the gold into the background as well. So I'm just literally really quick and simple, this one really. By the time I put everything together, I just really wanted to give a bit of a garden effect really. So I just scattered the flowers across the page and then just randomly placed all the leaves in amongst those flowers. And then I'm pulling through and adding the hearts into a couple of empty areas. And then I'm starting to look at what I'm doing for the photo. So you would have seen me there. I have popped the photo up on some cardboard, and I've just glued that down to the page. And I really love that sort of film strip piece. So I added that as a layer to sit underneath the photo. I did back the photo with some pattern paper as well. So I've kept it really simple. Just doodling a gold line around the page, I took it nice and slow. I'm really not good at the drawing bit, so it's a little bit messy, but I really like giving that bit of dimension there. If you were sort of trying to do this layout, if you were into stitching, I think some stitching around the edges would be awesome as well. But I am not a stitcher or a sewer or any way, shape or form, so I'm happy just to do some doodling around the page. What I also did with the flowers is to give them some dimension. I have curled up the edges as well. Now I know they'll flatten if I put these into an album, but for the time being, I'm happy with that dimension that gets created as we're progressing through putting this layout. And look what I just did there. I absolutely nearly ruined that entire piece down the bottom there. I did drop my bottle of gold mist, which is really annoying because I have hardly any left and it almost took the rest of the bottle out from me. So that was a little annoying. And I'm just finalizing here, just adding a few more pieces of the leaves around the pages, just getting them sitting where I want them to. So I'm sitting them on top. In some cases, I'm sitting them on top of the flowers just to add some more dimension to the page as well. Now, I am using just a really simple title for this one. I think it was pretty busy now that I've added all those flowers. So I've kept this one just to friends. This is a photo of my bestie's daughter and one of her closest friends. We were all together at Easter, which makes me realise I think nearly every layout I did this month was from that trip at Easter. I am using just some thickers from my stash in gold. Now it didn't quite fit on the page there, so I've added the S up onto the photo. That doesn't bother me. I feel it's still okay to put there. I did think about pulling it in and putting it in amongst the flowers, but it sort of got a little bit lost when I tried that. And then just to finish off, I wanted to add in a few more hearts. So I'm just distressing the edges like I did with the others and inking them around the edges. And I do eventually put two of them up the top there on the left-hand side above the photo. And that pretty much is it for the layout today. I do go back over with some splatters, both in gold and also in white, just to give those darker navy tones of the flowers just a little bit more oomph, a little bit more dimension, I guess, by putting some white splatters on top of that darker blue. And I really like how that turned out. So yeah, I faffed around quite a bit with this last heart, but I do end up putting it up the top left-hand side. It took me a couple of goes until I was really happy with that. As always, I will leave in the description box below all the information about how you can get this the kits from the Kitaholic store. And if you're a subscriber, we also have a private subscriber group on Facebook where we share exclusives, and you have access to extra challenges throughout the month, and early information around the kits and all things kit related. So we love hearing what you're all up to as well. I've got some close-ups as always as well to share. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.